All right. We live, everyone. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up. The water for your brothers and sisters, the Akim Akwathian for coming to class. Salute everybody. Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Barakathum to all the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alatham Bashem Yahshai to all the sisters for the Akwathian out there and all the Akim. All right, let's get things straight to it. Questions in the room, questions online. Type them in the chat. Go ahead.
So, sir, can I get a breakdown on Leviticus 19 and 31?
Leviticus 19 and 31. No sweat. We'll give everybody a second to get there. Mm-hmm. All right. Got it?
Thanks, sir.
All right. Let's go.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God.
Right.
I was just wanted to ask, what is the familiar spirits?
Right. So the familiar spirits would be people, when it comes to witchcraft and wizardry in the Bible, talking about it in society today, the reason why these things were unlawful. Give me, I suffer a witch not to live. Somebody can find that for me real quick. I suffer not a witch. Exodus 22 and 18.
Exodus 22 and 18.
Right.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Right. What is a witch?
A woman that does sorcery.
Okay. More specifically,
a drug dealer.
There you go. Get it, brother in. Why would you call a drug dealer a witch or a wizard?
He's using drugs to manipulate people's minds to do pretty much behaviors that they wouldn't normally do.
Right, exactly. So when we see cats, like, it's really chemistry. You know what I mean? They're making these potions. Everybody's seen the TV show Breaking Bad. There's a chemist that became one of the best drug dealers. Somebody that knows science and how to manipulate those molecules and whatever they call it, the chart, the element chart or whatever. Atoms. I don't want to say atoms, but I think it's elements like hydrogen and all those things. What's the other one they had? It's called chemistry. It's just chemistry. You know what I mean? Those basic things. People do that. Chemists, they're able to develop things to get people addicted to things, change their mind state. They got a drug called PCP, Sherm. Some people call it butt naked. People start smoking it, they go butt naked, right? But that's not the witchcraft that people think of when they hear the word witch. They think of somebody that has this magical powers that can move things and fly on a broom and all that, but they take away the real life, the realistic things that these people are doing, right? So when it comes to familiar spirits, I think it's some psychics next door, right? You can go talk to them right now, and they can talk to not you, but somebody, he like, damn, you know what I mean? Somebody can go talk to them right now, right? And try to contact their uncle or their grandfather. And that would be someone that has a familiar spirit. But the reality is she's a scammer and she's making money off of people telling them they're talking to your uncle, telling them they're talking to your grandmother, They're saying basic things that anyone could know. And this has been a hustle that people that do these things have been doing for years. So these things were outlawed in our nation to not take advantage of people. So if you want to go back to the one you had in Leviticus.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
Regard not them that have familiar spirits.
Right. So we're not supposed to deal with people that are living like this, talking like this, making this a mission of them to help people, right? Because they're not going to the Most High. They're trying to do everything other than go to the Most High. This is the culture of the heathens and the people around about us. You watch any of these TV shows, it's like a joke. It's like a game to them to go and play with the Ouija board, to go and talk to familiar spirits, all these different things that they do. But really, the hidden underlying thing is always about making money. Because how come the psychics, like we teach in class, we're not selling the class to anybody. You want to get counsel, it's not like you have to pay a fee per se. You know what I'm saying? Like they are giving you these prophecies for a payment, for a fee. And without that fee, you can't get anything. Like we charge for you to come to Passover, but if you don't have the money, we're going to let you in the Passover. You understand? Like she's not going to tell you nothing if you don't cash out whoever it is that lives next door. It's a business of hustle. Keep reading.
Neither seek after spirits to be defiled by them.
So neither seek after wizards, right? This would be like a male witch. It's the same thing going hand in hand. Go ahead, to be defiled by them.
I am the Lord your God.
Right. So the last thing I guess I'll say on that is that the people that are feeling like they're in contact with something is just a demon messing with them. No different than a demon that tell you to smoke weed. Somebody thinks that they're hearing this voice or hearing these things in their mind. If there are people that are tapping into something, it's just a demon messing with it. They're not talking to your uncle. They're not talking to your grandma. This is a demon that is talking to them. You know what I mean? Grandma is not coming back. And we know the precept with Samuel, right? Saul tried to bring Samuel back, and it's just this angel talking to him or whatever, talking to Samuel. I mean, talking to Saul. He's thinking that it's Samuel, etc. Yeah. So what? All right. Any other questions? All right. No sweat. We'll get straight into the topic then. Tonight's title is This Is Not Your Rest. Give me Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. I see somebody else got a question as well. Just like, sir, if I may, on this topic. If this is not our rest, is it lawful to obtain material things such as nice vehicles if you can afford more than one, or property like a home? The water, sir. And if I may, who is this as well? You type your name in the chat. Is this the brother? I think you came into class. You be on the road driving trucks. You know, I think that's who this brother is. But yeah, I'll directly address that question as well. Get to it. Wake up. Somebody got it? Yep.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Right. So Micah is telling the children of Israel to rise and depart and get away from being underneath these heathens, get away from being slaves mentally and spiritually to these other nations, because this is not your rest. One reason why they always talk about, Harriet Tubman said she freed 1,000 slaves. She could have freed 1,000 more or 10,000 more if only they knew they were slaves. We become comfortable in America, and so we don't want to leave it. This becomes our rest. We feel like this is our home. You got cats celebrating 4th of July with the American flag, all of that. We want to find our rest in here while our people are really suffering. And the people that are part of us that are stunting and doing major things that we think we are really small fries compared to the oppressors. I saw somebody online earlier. they doing this catering. Shout out to y'all doing catering. Y'all getting out of hand with this catering though. And I say y'all, I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about people that do catering. He was like 9,500. You know what I mean? There's some bread in there. We might have to talk about what's really going on with this stuff. But you know, this black folks, they spending money on this food, they putting their money together, whatever it is, these events. But to us, we feel like we made it, we accomplished something. To the oppressor, it's just either normal or it's just ignorant to them. It's one or the other. It's like, okay, we would never really think about, you know, having these events and just wasting money, or we're gonna have a real event and no one's really gonna know how much we spend on it. No one's really gonna really pay attention to the amount we spend on catering or anything like that. It just is an event that we throw. And to us, it's like a status symbol. It's something that we buy in order to make ourselves feel better. So read it again from the top, and I'm gonna answer the brother's question.
Advise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Right.
Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you.
Right.
Even with a sore destruction.
Right. So turn it down a little bit. His question is, if this is not our rest, is it lawful to obtain material things such as nice vehicles? So whenever you hear that question, you want to say, where there is no law, there is no sin, right? You can't find a law that says you can't have nice things as an Israelite, right? You can't find a law that says you can't have a nice car or a nice house or anything like that. If you can afford one, it is tawab. Definitely, you want to buy a property, buy a home, that's tawab. When it's saying arise and depart, for this is not our rest, it's saying don't go in the way of the heathen. Don't follow their spirit in the things that they're doing. If you're going to buy a nice car, the first thing you want to do is check your spirit and why you're buying a nice car. With your people and your nation suffering, are you going to buy a $500,000 car, $100,000 car? Do you really need it? Are you going to enjoy it? Are you trying to fill some void with it? Do you like driving fast that much? What is it about you spending $150,000 on this car? And, you know, when you see our people suffering and hell in this country, you know what I mean? So that's when it becomes evil in a certain extent, where you are putting more into yourself for nothing, which is literally what America is about. Being selfish, individual, buy for me and F everybody else. And so that's where you want to be careful with those type of things. Buying a home is tawab. All these things are tawab, but I would just say the most important commandments is love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. And if you have some type of brotherhood, one thing I remember hearing from Commander Hana coming up early on is that, you know, he could buy these different types of cars. He could fly first class everywhere he goes. He's not going to do that. He's going to fly coach regular because of the condition of his people. And there's nothing wrong with having nice things. We all want nice things. This is why we want to gain the kingdom of heaven. We want to have many mansions like General Muhammad was talking about earlier. We want to see our people living well and having nice things. But at this time, when we're in the middle of a war, we want to focus on being safe, having what we need, and also helping the others that don't have need. Give me a precept on that. Go ahead. If you got a question, go ahead and say something first, and then if somebody give me a precept on what I just asked for.
Okay, so would that also be why the prosperity doctrine is so bad in the Christian church?
Right.
Because it kind of highlights this.
Right. Give the sister a hand for that. Yeah. They in the Christian church, this is their main goal. There's nothing like the prosperity movement. It really, really, really plays on people's selfishness and greed and their insecurities. Growing up in America, you see your oppressor have so much wealth, have so many material things that you want it, and you see your people and they don't have it. It signals to you that God loves them. And whatever they did in order to have those things, you should be willing to do it. So that's why they say, what is it to gain the world and lose your soul? People are willing to do anything to gain money because of the insecurities. And the Christian church plays on that, and that's how they get rich. It's really just like pimping. A pimp takes money from the whore, from the hoes, and then buys cars and jewelry and clothes or whatever, and they look at him and they say, well, damn, he's got all these things. I can learn from him. I'm going to give him money so that I can now have the nice things that he has. So I'm going to make him look nice so then I can eventually look nice. It's the same thing with these people selling these seminars every week and every month. Come learn how to do this. You learn about crypto. Come learn how to invest in real estate. Come learn how to buy multi-family units. You at the seminar is 300 people, 1,000 people. They all paid $100 a ticket. Now this cat's got $100,000, 300, whatever, $50,000 in a weekend, and he goes out and buys this nice car and buys this nice house, and you looking at it, well, damn, I need to learn from him. The reason why he's rich is because you're giving him all your money. It's the same thing with the church. The reason why the pastor has all these things because you're giving them all your money, and that's the evil of the prosperity doctrine, because they're telling you the way to get rich is to serve the Lord and pay them tithes. And really, the only reason why they're rich is because you're dumb, you're stupid, and you're giving your money to them, and they don't follow the Lord. They following Satan. You're gonna be broker, and they're gonna become richer. And then you're going to think that you're doing something wrong. The Lord hates you. You're going to go to church more. You know what I mean? It's a vicious cycle. All right. But who had a precept on what I said? I said that the spirit of the Lord is saying, hey, what I have, I'm going to share with my brothers. Y'all got something for me? I was thinking about it. What did y'all have, though?
So like, it sounded like you said something different.
Okay.
Like you were saying, like basically, it sounded like you were saying give to the people that need.
Right. Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What y'all got? Oh, we read it. That's not the one I wanted. Let's see.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not in the way of the Gentiles,
mm-hmm.
and into any city of the Samaritan enter ye not, but go rather unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Right. How are you tying that one in? Okay, go ahead.
Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give.
Okay, I'll take that one. Yeah, for that. Yeah, that is how Christ sent his men out. He's saying, you will receive this truth, this knowledge for free. Give it for free. You know what I mean? Buy the truth and sell it not. Have brotherhood with your people. The precept I wanted was Acts 2:44. Yeah. You understand? Like, America is what they call capitalism, where you maximize your profit, you give money to yourself, you enrich yourself. God's government would be what they would call socialism. It would be where if I have some things, I'm going to make sure I'm not going to go and enrich myself while you have nothing. I'm going to make sure that instead of me being a multi-billionaire, I'll be a millionaire so you can be a millionaire too. Like, we can all live comfortably and well, as opposed to literally just stacking up money, not even being able to spend it. You know what I'm saying? You're all too young to remember a movie, you know what I mean? But it was a movie, you know old movies though, and you ain't that young. But it was a movie, you got old spirit, I don't know. But there was a movie by Richard Pryor. He got a inheritance from his uncle that he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? He had to spend like $23 million in a weekend and couldn't just, he had certain stipulations on it. But it's like, it was hard for him to start spending after a moment. He ran out of ideas and they had the stipulations was preventing him to do it. Like, it's literally like that for these people that are billionaires. If they try to spend all their money, at some point in time, they would damn near run out of things unless they just start buying countries and stuff like that. But go ahead. But they could literally, share their wealth with others and raise the standard of living for other people but they hoard it and take it to themselves because the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Right. Go ahead and read.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 2, and verse 44. And all that believed were together and had all things common.
Damn, I'm forgetting that one right there. Read that first part again. This is for you fake Israelites that don't want to come into the truth or don't want to become one body.
And all that believed were together.
All that what?
And all that believed were together.
They were in two different groups.
And all that believed were together.
They were together. They were one body. Read.
And had all things common.
And had what?
And had all things common.
Read.
And sold their possessions and goods and parted them to all men.
Right. So they sold all their goods, their possessions, and said, you know what? We're going to divide it up. Keep going.
As every man had need.
Right. So if you need this, then they are willing to sell what they had in order to make sure someone else had this and this person had that. And that is how things should be ultimately in the kingdom. But when it comes to, once again, Christianity, that's not how they're moving. Prosperity gospel, that's not how they're moving. America, that's not how they're moving. I got it, you don't, and there's something wrong with you for not having it. You know what I mean? All right. What else we got? Is that it on that? Let me see if the brother responded anything else in this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Brother says his brother's name was Raheem. Shalom, brother.
So like I said, they would say socialism is bad because it won't have people won't have an incentive to work. That's
Right.
the con with that.
Right. And okay, I always hear that too, that socialism will lead to people not wanting to work. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, what is socialism?
So socialism, what we just read right there, is basically like, yeah, same thing, right? It's like if we owned a farm and it grew oranges or nectarines, then whatever those nectarines grow and we sell it to somebody that sells fish, then whatever we profit off of that, we're going to divide it up between everybody. But capitalism says, I own this farm by myself. You work on my farm. I'm going to give you a couple oranges off of it to pay you or pay you in money for those oranges. But all of the profit, the surplus, I'm going to take it to myself. Go ahead.
Why are we not supposed to be working anyway? In the kingdom, they can be working, right?
Exactly. And so that's the key. Get a brother hand. You know what I mean? Because to a certain extent, the oppressor is lazy. So they know if they don't get things, they are going to smoke meth and be on opioids in Ohio looking like Drewski. You know what I'm saying? At the NASCAR, they're gonna be down bad because white people are lazy. Like they always try to say that we're shiftless and they have to make us work, but you have to make white people work. Their greed is what moves them to work because they don't have brotherhood. They only think about themselves. So a nation of people that have brotherhood, we're going to still work. We're going to still do things for each other in that situation. And then, of course, get into the kingdom. There is an element of some people shouldn't work. This upper class, the Israelites, we're not going to be working like they're working. They're going to be slaving and they're going to be supporting us. And then we will be sharing amongst ourselves of what we need. And we will have the kingdom of heaven. You know what I mean? So it is too, you know what I mean? It is definitely a part of that. Like we're going to have to make them go to work. You know what I mean? But the way they use it against us is a lie for their greed. Because people know in order for us to get the oranges, somebody's going to have to do something to get it. And even those little, like, you ever been to a place where they are giving away free things, but they suggest if you donate, people still donate to that. Still, it just like, oh, damn, I'm not about to just take this. They want to offer something back. Majority of people especially Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, our brotherhood, our kindness, our mercy, it leads to us not wanting to sit there and do nothing. You know what I mean? We want to do nothing because we tired. You understand? We see the hustle. We see working for these people on what it creates. Is damn near to the point in California, especially in the pandemic, people like, man, I'm damn near making more money with this social assistance than I'm working every day. So why would I work for these people that are exploiting me when it clearly is more money in this economy? They have money to give us. They just don't want to pay us. So then we see the game and we look like, man, I'm not going to work. You're not really trying to pay me my value. You're not trying to make sure I have a nice house like you have a house. You want me stuck in the projects. So this is what leads to us not really wanting to work, because we see the disparity of so much wealth they have that we know they didn't work for. They got all these things that they didn't earn, but they want us to work up the ladder and stuff. That's why we sell drugs. That's why we scam. That's why we do sisters doing OnlyFans instead of they're trying to jump up the ladder instead of working just like the white man did. You know what I mean? All right. So I'm gonna tweak this one a little bit, but it's still on topic, right? This is not your rest. One of the biggest precepts that has trapped us into being enslaved here is this precept. Give me John chapter 3, verse 16. This is a topic that we have to destroy. John 3:16, teaching that God loves every nation of people, has been one of the most detrimental precepts in the Bible because it's taken completely out of context. Like, that's why it says like a double-edged sword. This thing that was really made to free somebody has been used to abuse our people. You understand? This is why it's the most famous precept in the Bible. They know that this one right here is the destruction of Black and brown community, the Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, because it destroys that word in itself. Matter of fact, somebody look up the word community. Come on, community. Maybe I need to wake up. So lucky. That's one. I'm treating him like he at camp. It's like community. Maybe I'm getting tongue-tied. I need some water. Let me wake up. What's the word community? They destroyed the Black community with this precept. There's no Black community because of this precept. Go ahead. What do we got?
This is the definition of community.
Right.
A group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common.
Right.
A feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals.
Right. So they are on one accord. They live in close proximity. They have common attitudes, common goals. They are together. That's what keeps this community together. The Asian community, they move together. The Arab community, the East Indian community, the white community, all of them move like this. The Black community, the Latino community, it doesn't exist because we're trying to become a part of all those other communities. Because we're trying to have common goals with the Asians. We're trying to have common goals with the Arabs. We're trying to have common goals in business with the white men. And we're loving all these other nations, but they only have love for their community, right? They had a rapper, his name, let me see if I can play that real quick. We don't got the plug in. His name is Rio. It's down there. It's Tawab if it's doing too much. I'll just paraphrase what the brother was saying. His name was what, Rio the OG or Rio the Youngin or something like that. He's saying that he talks to the Arabs at the corner store. I don't know if anybody saw that clip. He's like, the Arabs tell him, he said, I don't want to hear nothing about there's no money in the hood. He said, they telling me they making $4 million at this store every year. He said, Black people are dumb. You know what I mean? Because they are giving all their money to these Arabs inside a community. It's like that alone. Matter of fact, I gotta play it then. Salakia. This is heavy. This is not your rest. This is the Arabs' rest. Let me see if I can find.
Right there on top of the thing. Yeah, that's it.
Gee.
Plug it into the speaker, and then he's gonna plug it into.
Let me see if it. Let me see if it comes up. Yeah, but no, yeah. So. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If there you go, right here. Let's see, plug it in.
You gonna share it?
This is okay. I can. Boom. Share it on the screen for y'all.
And this is what the Indians and the Arabs do. They come to America with nothing. And they tell me ain't no money in the hood.
Shit.
But I'm talking to the Arab that
They
owns
making money
Stone
off
in the hood,
us.
and he said they make $4 million a year. How? He like, bro, y'all come in here and cash y'all checks. Y'all buy pops and beer, then bring the cans back.
Come on.
For the 10 cent. And we go recycle them. Y'all take money out the ATM all day. Y'all buy liquor, cigarettes, chips,
T-shirts. All
like,
this.
in the hood, and we thriving. They growing and growing and growing. Once I realized that, I said, we dumb as hell. My Arab told me, he said, man, not being disrespectful, but black people is not smart.
Even not being disrespectful. How else can you know what I'm saying? That's that old, with all due respect, you are a bitch. Like that doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whoever came up with that, with all due respect, but yeah, not being disrespectful, y'all dumb. That's disrespectful. You know what I mean?
Y'all not dumb, but y'all don't know how to use y'all resources. He like, when me and my family came, we had nothing. We all worked at a laundromat for years and saved our money. We built the credit line, went and got the money from the bank with zero down, got the store. Their advantage is they don't pay taxes. So every 7 years, they switch the store to another name because they don't got to pay taxes. And this with the Indian.
I know I met an Indian dude. He was telling me that's exactly what they do. They hold it for 7 years and they sell it, move it to another family member, but they keep all that money together. So it's a few reasons why we are not able to do these things, but mainly it is the lack of brotherhood, right? They have brotherhood where they can trust each other to do that. You know what I'm saying? They have laws and rules and structure, but they don't see the destruction of us to the reason why we're like this and why we are quote unquote dumb, how he was looking at it, right? So going back to the initial point, them telling us to, let's go ahead and read the precept then. Yeah, sorry. Yep.
This is the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
For God so loved the world
Mm-hmm.
that he gave his only begotten son,
Right.
that whosoever believeth in him
Right.
should not perish, but have everlasting life.
Right. I mean, it's right there. God loves everybody. He loves all nations. This is why Christ came. This is, I mean, how can you debate this? How can you combat this? You have to be an evil bastard to say God loves one nation of people. You understand? And they convince us that we need to join all these people, but that Arab that puts that store in there is not joining in with you. These Chinese people are not joining in with us. They're looking at us like we're another group of people, and it's another form of what they call colonization. They got these shops right up and down the street, all over here. The smoke shop over here and the smoke shop over there. I wouldn't be surprised if they cousins. It's about 3 or 4 smoke shops on this one street on San Pablo. You understand? And I guarantee you start looking into it, you'll find out that there's some connection with them. Like I said, my this cat I went to high school with, he was Korean. Used to go over to his house, hang out with this cat. On Friday nights, he like some nights we couldn't come over. His mom tripping. You know what I mean? You go to the Asian's house, you got to take your shoes off, everything. They very formal. They don't want no really like, damn, you don't want no black people over here. That's what it seemed like. He kicking it with these niggas, and she didn't like it. But on certain nights, she would be gone. He like, oh, y'all can come over here. We can do this, we can do that. And then I'm like, damn, why is it all the time this time of the month that we can, come over? He's like, yeah, she's got to go to a meeting with they own the cleaners. She got to go to a meeting with all the cleaners in the Bay Area, all the Koreans. When they come here, they got a cleaning association. You know what I'm saying? They invest in buying the machines. And if someone moves here, they loan the machines to them, they pay them back, and they save the money. And when the next person come over, they give it to them. So that's why a lot of the cleaning businesses are all industries ran by Koreans. And you go to different other ones, the nail salons is all Vietnamese. This one is all, the smoke shops are the Yemenis, because they put their money together to do these things, man. But go ahead up.
Oh, so I was just gonna say that's a good point that you made, because I also heard that that a lot of the Chinese food places with the Chinese food restaurants, I heard a lot of those mom and pop ones are all connected.
Mm-hmm.
They all have they're all under this one big chain umbrella, and they all pretty much band together and put all of their money together. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
Right. Yeah. That's true, right? You know what I mean? From Dunkin' Donuts, all these different industries, they get in the lane and they stick to it, and that's how they're able to grow. Even when it comes to like selling weave, Black women can't get into the weave industry and selling the lace fronts and all these wigs because these certain Asians have the bulk of the product. So since they buy so much in mass, they're able to get it for cheaper. So you can't compete with them. And that's once we figure out that if we cut them out of the game and then only focus on us and trying to build it from the ground up, is that the Black woman shouldn't go buy weave from Asians. They need to figure out who's going to manufacture these weaves that's Black. And then we go to them and buy it in bulk, and then we'll get that deal and we can cut them out of it. Because we was talking about that last night. Matter of fact, I got two precepts. Can one brother give me Matthew 11 and 28? And then if somebody else can pull. Matter of fact, we'll go through it one at a time. Y'all both can go there. Everybody can go there. We was talking about that with the brother last night, that all these nations need the children of Israel in order to enrich themselves, right? Yeah.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 28.
Right.
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
Right. This is what color is this written in?
Red.
Right. This is Yahweh Shai Mashiach, whom the world really calls Jesus Christ. He's saying, come ye, all you that labor, you come to me and you will have rest. The things that we are tired of suffering and slaving, talking with a brother earlier, like, man, brother, tired of slaving, tired of dealing with these weirdos, tired of dealing with these heathens, tired of dealing with these whatever, rainbow community, all these goddamn weirdos in the world. That tiredness, that anger, that frustration is supposed to fuel our fire for doing the work of the Lord. Like, Christ didn't just give up his life on the cross because he just is some spiritual, I'm going to send you peace. Nah, he's tired of seeing you niggas work too underneath these Romans. He's tired of seeing you slave underneath these filthy, disgusting heathens. Christ hated them devils, man. He hated them with a passion. The only reason why he let himself be turned into them was to give us an opportunity to get into the kingdom so that his people would be free. You understand? Read it again from the top.
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden,
right,
and I will give you rest.
Read.
Take my yoke upon you and learn of me.
Right. What does that mean? Take my yoke upon you. What is a yoke, and what does this mean? I thought he raised his hand. Go ahead. What is a yoke?
Like the yoke is like a burden.
Right.
kind of like the precept, bear the cross.
Okay. What is a literal yoke?
A yoke, a literal yoke is like the chain, on your neck. It's a yoke.
For
Iron on your neck.
for use for
Slavery.
not quite. And I'll give it to you. For animals, like you will put a yoke around a bull or a calf to pull that sledge or to pull, you know what I mean, to harvest the food or whatnot. So they would say unequally yoked. If you had two calves, you got a really big one and you got a small one, then it's gonna pull in the different directions. It's not gonna go in unison. You got to have two equally sized calves to move that thing forward. So he's talking in farming technology because our people could understand it. So he's saying, read it again.
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden,
Right.
and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and slowly in heart, and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls.
Right. So he's saying, put my yoke upon you. Like, come and work for me, and you will find rest. Doesn't mean you're not going to have to work. You're going to have to put in some work to gain the kingdom. The kingdom shall not come by observation. We got to put in work. Your slavery is your slavery. The real work starts when you're doing the work of the Lord. Anything else outside of that is just what we're doing to survive. But we want to gain rest. We're working for the Lord to gain that ultimate rest in the kingdom of heaven, because his burden is light. It's not here to oppress us and enslave us, and slave drive us, and just give, work, grind. That's Esau. That's his mentality. He just wants you to nonstop and enrich himself and get a young man a hand for, I talked to the brother last week. He like, what I do? He said, man, I knew slavery. I just torture Edomites. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm like, y'all hiring. I'm about to get on that too. You know what I mean? But that's how things should be. And that's what Christ is saying. That's a light burden. That's not a job. That's not a slavery almost. It's like, okay, I can show up to that. You know what I mean? But is anything else on that one?
Oh, it's Salakia.
Go ahead.
And ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
Right. Keep going. Okay. That's it on that. All right. Let's drop that. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 22 and verse 18. Oh, sure. Get to it was 8:18. Yep.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 22 and verse 18.
Hold on, verse 17 then.
Verse 17. That in blessing I will bless thee.
Right.
And in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven and as the sand which
right.
And as the sand which is upon the sea shore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemy.
Right, like these are precepts that just get ran over in the Christian church. It doesn't sound like what we learn. That's why they love to separate the Old Testament from the New Testament and make it seem like it's two different books. Like God changed his mind. But we know, what is it? I think Malachi 3:10, it says that I am the Lord, I change not, or 3:6. Like the Lord doesn't change. How we got two psychotic, different bipolar gods? You understand? One God is talking about raising the children of Israel up and possessing the gate of enemies. And the other one is talking about, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whoever these enemies believe in him can sit right next to him in the kingdom of heaven, man. Damn that. The Lord is saying he's trying to raise up this nation of people and have them possess the gates of the enemies. Keep reading.
Verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed.
Right.
Because thou hast obeyed my voice.
Right. And they're saying that all these nations will be blessed because of the children of Israel, right? But in the reality is the reason why these nations have become blessed is because they have us in their captivity too, right? Like when we live in any empire, they become number one. When they have us enslaved underneath them, they become number one. If y'all thought about this, if I said this before, sometimes you talking, sometimes I'm like, you think about it. You might have heard me in camp. And when we were in Egypt, Egypt was the number one nation on planet Earth. We were in Babylon. Babylon was the number one nation on planet Earth. Where the hell is Babylon in Egypt today? It's a tourist site. Babylon is modern Iraq, is the rebel of Saddam Hussein. You understand? We was in Assyria. They were the number one nation on planet Earth. We were under the Greeks. They were the number one. You understand? The Romans, all these different nations enriched themselves and became the greatest nations on earth, just like America is today, because they have the Lord's chosen people enslaved. And so no wonder goddamn Columbus is trying to travel across the world. They looking for us. They going to Africa. They like, we need these niggas. You understand? And when you think about it in the most simplistic way, what are Jewish people known for? Your brother heard everything I'm about to say last night. What are Jewish people known? What industries are they known for running? Go ahead.
Pornography.
Dang. I didn't see that one coming. Well, I'll be damned. He's still even right in that. The point is, lucky he's technically right. I don't want to give him a hand for that one. But without blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, guess what? The pornography industry wouldn't be what it is. How do I know? Damn. 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 They got me. Class dismissed. With that, I'm going to salute only the sister in the room. You know what I mean? But nah, they say the number one searched word in porn is ebony.
Damn.
That's what they say. See what I'm saying? They pressing me tonight. All right. I hope y'all join Hebrew Academy too. I'll get my notes out here tonight. But nah, I've heard it. How did you know the Jewish people? You try to cut me. How did you know they was the number one? What made you bring that up? But nah, for real, Akim, on a serious note, ebony, they say, is the number one thing that they search. So it ain't just black people looking. It ain't just, you know what I'm saying, Latinos, Asians, is Edomites, is all whoever is going into that world. They want to see black women. They want to see whatever they want to see on there, man. What's some other industries, though, that Jewish people are known for dominating or whatever? Go ahead, sis.
So would it be insurance?
That's okay. That's one of them. That's a good one. What's some other ones? Go ahead.
Music.
There you go. Get a brother a hand. You know what I mean? Give him a hand for that one. That music industry and one more. What's another one they own a lot of?
Entertainment and
Yes.
media in general.
Yep.
Basketball.
Yep. Sports teams. All that. The commissioner of the NBA is Adam Silver. Then it was before him, it was one of these Stearns. I can't remember. All these different Jewish men run the sports leagues. They enrich themselves and make billions of dollars in the music industry off of black music, off of black entertainment, off of black sports players. So if we weren't a part of their leagues, they can't replace Michael Jordan with Jerry Seinfeld and make billions of dollars. White people ain't, no one's going to come and put Seinfeld on their wall. He can't even dunk on a little kid's basketball hoop, let alone a 10-foot one. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't do the things we do. So if we were in charge of these things, they would have to come to us to hear Michael Jackson sing. They would have to come to us to hear Whitney Houston or to listen and watch Tupac or whoever is great in these days and age. Like, They need us in order to enrich themselves, which is why all them nations were great. Our inventions are a part of building up these empires. You understand? Our food is a part of building up these empires. We are the salt of the earth. But why have we lost our flavor, our saltiness? Is because we give it to these other nations. You understand? And John 3:16 is the key, is one of the keys to that. It's to breaking down that barrier or that wall of protection. Give me Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. And then we're gonna cut this whole concept of John 3:16 with a few precepts as well. Close it out. Who would have knew the day that I got to battle in class? Got to battle the Akim in class. I done roasted y'all too much.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Judith mourning,
Right.
and the gates thereof language.
Right.
They are black unto the ground.
Right.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
Right. The gates, the things that's supposed to protect us are our leaders. Our leaders are pushing this doctrine that God loves everyone. If you love everyone, you really don't love anyone. You're willing to put all of people in the same boat, no matter what they do, no matter who they are. And when you do that, you can't protect your own people. You can't love everyone equally. You don't have enough energy to do that. And the cold part about it is since you don't have an unlimited amount of love to give, you don't have an unlimited amount of resources to give. If we love our oppressor and we love the white man more than we love our people, then we're going to give everything we have that we should to us, to them. We're giving all of our forgiveness, all of our mercy to them, and we have nothing but hatred left for us. You understand? And that's why, once again, when we're saying this is not our rest, that we got to be mindful of that spiritually, right? Mindful of that in our day-to-day lives, that we will give so much of our kindness and mercy at our slavery and then have none of it for our rib. The ribs have none of it for their husband. We have none of it for our children. We bring all the anger and frustration. It was a really good interview from the 70s. I think I brought it up before, where the brother was talking about literally that he's at work and he's giving everything up. When he comes home, he wants to just be real with his wife and be real with her and not be, how can you say, like hospitable almost. Like he wants to relax in that. And she battled him back, and I think she cut him. She's basically like, nah, you need to give me some of that too. Like you need to find the strength to whatever and pull that and give it to me, because that's just, it's just evil. You know what I mean? Go ahead, let's see if I can find it.
So like I said, I was just gonna say you're gonna have to play that clip.
Okay, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if it comes up. Let me see. That was a really good one too. I saw it a lot, and then it started disappearing. If I can remember her name, it's a famous. Let me see. Was it Angela Davis? You know the clip I'm talking about? Okay. Let me see. Was it Angela Davis? Let me see. Interview. Let's see, something like that. Let me see real quick. If I knew his name, don't think it was. Maybe it was. You're right. It was Angela Davis. Didn't recognize her in that one. He has a famous name too. Not Bertrand Russell. Alec Ball. Yeah, I think. Something. I think he was. Leaders. Blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Might have to comb to find it if it takes one more second. There you go. James Baldwin. James Baldwin. Y'all found it? Let's see. No, it's Nikki Giovanni. Damn. Mm. Good night. Yeah, that sister hand. She tapped into something very, very heavy. You understand? She's saying, like, he's like, I can't do it. I think it goes a little bit further in the interview. He starts explaining himself more. If you can find, we'll get more of these clips. I don't know if there's any more of this interview. I'm gonna look it up a little bit more. Let's see. That was a very good point. What she's saying. Anybody go ahead, comment on it. Doc.
So it's like, I think both right in a sense, like, because a man coming from the world having to deal with the world that hates him, he definitely in his wife. That is kind of his rest in that sense.
Right.
But
let me see. I think we got the fuller clip. Maybe we'll play it too. I think it's a little bit longer than that last one. But go ahead, Doc.
But I can understand where the sister is coming from as well.
Right.
Where if, a man in the world who may not know how to treat his woman, comes home from work on a long day, probably wants to fucking drink, probably does that, and he treats her unbrotherly. He treats her. He takes the anger out that he has from the world.
And so, the first part you said is he said confide and have rest. That's one thing, right?
Right.
But the other part you're saying is what?
The other part I'm saying is like I feel like both of them are right. If you're coming home and you're giving your woman like all the bad sides of you that they didn't get to see because you had to work, you had to live and smile for the white man.
Okay. And what are you saying? What is your point?
I'm just saying that
like they're
both right. Like I feel like the truth is the middle point for both sides of their conflict with one another. I don't want to be fake towards my wife and lying to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Smile in their face. Like, good day.
Okay, so all right. I'm gonna tell you what I see the sister's hand right here. Go ahead.
Okay, so to piggyback off of that is also what will be the balance between the two. Because you want to be yourself, but you don't want to become toxic and also be a tyrant also.
Okay, so yeah, I don't like that word balance. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear balance, it's like yin and yang. You know, these are things that are heathen culture and oppressors push. That's that equality. That's that scales and balance, and you know what I mean. Like you want to do what's right. You understand? And all right, give me a couple precepts in Deuteronomy 28. All right. I'm gonna play this clip again, and then I'm gonna address what both of y'all said. Right. Let me see. Okay, it went down a little bit. Right. I guess it's still gonna be the same. Okay. You got something up?
So that's
Mhm.
what I'm saying. Like, just to clarify, if
Right.
you didn't understand what exactly I was saying. Like, she's saying she gets the frowns and she gets the harsh day that you come home with. When you went out there and you had to smile for a white man, you had to
Right.
smile, you had to put on a face.
Right.
Like what I think the sister was saying about balance, like what we're doing that is right is within the truth. Like there's one side of it where it's like, yeah, your arrest is confiding in your woman to some extent and having her not exactly lying to her, but it's having her like it's not coming home with that with that anger and putting it on her. She's not the one who deserves it. But you can still tell her the truth. You can still tell her
So okay, I think you're misinterpreting what she's saying when she's saying tell the truth. All right. So let's see how we want to approach this one. I think we got Deuteronomy 28 and what 50. Give me where it says that the woman that was delicate and tender among you. I think that's Deuteronomy 50 and 56, 28 and 56.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter
Matter of
2.
fact, start at verse 54. All these go hand in hand, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy.
This is a curse from the Most High God.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 54.
Right.
So that the man that is tender among you,
right,
and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
So what does that mean, tender and delicate?
Meaning kind, compassion.
Right. Yeah. This is how we were. Go ahead.
His eye shall be evil towards his brother and towards the wife of his bosom.
Right. So he is going to be evil towards his brother and the wife of his bosom. Why? Because he's in captivity. because he's a slave, because he has to smile at these Egyptians. He has to smile at these white women, these white men, at these Asians, at these Arabs, at these East Indians, at these LGBTQ. You have to smile and dance for them in order to survive. But what happened with Moses? Moses came out and seen who fighting? 2 Israelites trying to kill each other. You understand? The day before, he seen a Egyptian beating the Israelite, and he killed him and buried him in the sand. The next day, he see 2 brothers fighting each other. He tried to stop them from fighting. They like, oh, you gonna kill us like you killed the Egyptian? He like, oh man, they knew it. There's some witnesses to this. He got seen people talking in the streets, talking. I gotta get out of here. They didn't be like, you know what? You're right. We are brothers. We shouldn't be fighting. They in slavery. They're gonna fight each other with all their anger, all their frustration. Keep reading. This is a curse from God.
And towards the remnant of his children.
Right. He's gonna hate your brother. You're gonna hate your woman. You're gonna hate your children. Keep going.
Which he shall leave.
He's gonna get out of there. Can't even be around them because of your anger and your frustration. Go ahead.
Verse 55. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children.
Right.
Whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left him in the siege.
Right. You're gonna be so poor, you're willing to give up your children in order to eat. You understand? Some cats is giving drugs to their kids to go in and make money and make profit. Sending them to jail. They had a whole entire mafia and gang in Detroit called Little Boys Inc., where they was having 8-year-olds sell heroin and crack in the 70s and 80s. You understand? Like, you want to give them up so you can eat, so you can have some money. Go ahead.
And in the straightness wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates.
Right. Verse 56.
Verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you.
Right. The Bible is poetry too. You notice that, right? Like the same thing he said about the man is the same thing he's saying about the woman. These curses affect us on both ends. Read.
Which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom.
Right. At one point in time, the sisters wouldn't even let their feet touch the ground. So royal, so elegant, so classy. They wouldn't let their feet touch the ground. What are black women known for in the club? At least I don't know about it. Now a little bit different. But they known for taking their shoes off on that dirty, alcohol, nasty club floor. Like, we have become something different than what we were initially, right? Tender and delicate, right? Go ahead.
And towards her son, and towards her daughter, and towards her young one that cometh out from between her feet.
Right. So now this is the context, right? So drop that and let's go to 1 Corinthians 13:1, right? So back to what y'all initially said. It's not saying come home and lie. She's not saying come home and lie to your wife and say you didn't go through anything and that life is just great at work. She's saying lie to me and how you're going to treat me with brotherhood and how women are supposed to treat their husbands with sisterhood. No matter how you feel, don't take your anger out on me unjustly and destroy this child that we're raising. I didn't even do anything to you. If you're self-aware, if you know your emotions, you would realize I'm really not mad at you because there's an extra dish in the sink and I'm throwing it across the goddamn room and slapping you in your face. I'm mad because I've been up since 5:30 in the morning. You have a righteous anger. You should be mad. But it's not at her. It's not at him. It's not at your children. The boss did something that should be worthy of death today, talking to you crazy. But you don't kick your dog because of it. You lied to that dog. hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. You understand? That same way you're able to muster that up to protect your job and your livelihood, muster that up enough to protect your family and your household, right? So read 1 Corinthians 13, I believe, in 1.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Though I speak with the tongues of men
Right.
and of angels,
Mm-hmm.
and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a twinkling
Symbol.
cymbal.
Right. So though I speak with tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, charity would be the word love. And I don't have love, I am become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. It's just making noise. Doesn't mean anything. It's not real words. It's gibberish. Verse 2.
Verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing.
Right. And you do all these things, but if you don't have love, then it doesn't mean anything. Keep going.
And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing.
Right. If you don't have love and all these things, it doesn't matter. Read verse 4. This is the key part right here.
Charity suffereth long.
Charity does what?
Charity suffereth long.
Charity feels good.
Charity suffereth long.
Charity is fun.
Charity suffereth long.
Love is just roses and dandelions and happily ever after.
Charity suffereth long.
Love suffereth long. Long suffering. Christ was long suffering to the children of Israel. He didn't want to do this. He lied to himself. He feeling angry. He feeling hurt. He feeling in pain. But his love, he was willing to suffer for us. He was willing to give us a side of him that he knew we deserved, in essence, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like his anger and his hatred for the oppressor, these Edomites, the things that they're doing, he's willing to suffer for you. You understand? And that's real love. So that's why, matter of fact, somebody look up the word suffer real quick. I know I like to look things up, man. So being willing to suffer for your partner, your wife, your husband, your children, because maybe it's a little bit different when you say children. Like, do you see it different if you say children in this situation? Do you see it differently if you say brothers in the school? Do you see it differently if you say General Muhammad? Is there a difference? What do you mean? I'm gonna ask that, brother. Give me the definition of suffer, right?
The definition of suffer: to endure, undergo, or permit something, often with patience or long suffering.
With what?
Or with long suffering.
Right, and patience, right? So you coming home, you had a long day, you stressed out, you impatient. These things ticking you off. You angry. You're yelling at this person. If you love them, the lie word is, I think, what's tripping y'all up. You understand? I think the lie word that she's saying, the way she's saying it, is she's trying to convict in his spirit that you do have the ability to do things you don't want to do. You do have the ability to control yourself. You do have the ability to be nice even when you don't want to, but you are denying that ability because you say you love me. But in reality, if you really love me, you will be able to pull that kindness and mercy way more for me than for them. You understand? Because they don't give a damn about you. You know what I mean? So But once again, my question again to the brother Ashiar, when it comes to children, is it a little bit easier? Get a brother Mike, Baba Shah?
When it comes to children, is it easier to
understand what I'm saying or what she was saying? Because I think when you said confide, when you say your rest, that is something that was talked about, you know, Muhammad the other day. Like, hey, your wife is not the person you vent to. You have to be strong for your wife. You got brothers, you got counsel you can lean on if you need to be weak, if you need to cry. But she's not the one that needs to be holding you while you crying at night. You understand? So especially when she's talking about the men, it even steps it up even more. Because if you are over someone and you are in charge of them, then you are here to be strong for them, not for them to be strong for you. So I think when you saying confide in them, it makes it a little bit better or easier to understand if you look at it as your child. You're not gonna come home and be, you see what I'm saying? Explain it from your perspective though now, based on what I said about the child. Like, why would you lie to the child in essence?
And yes.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I would say it would be easier, maybe because we go through some of the same things, but understanding now the context of, you know what I mean, what these scriptures are saying. It's like your wife needs that just as much as your child needs that.
Damn right. This brother here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I cry. This is from the things, the priests and prophets and the men above me that we learn these things. We all come from it. This is literally the curses of God. We see it in the Deuteronomy. Again, a sister, hold your peace 1 second, but you can give her the mic. But these are the things that have curses from God. And if we don't understand, like you said, the truth is what makes us be able to do these things. It's the same way, like you said, you would have brotherhood for the generals. You're not going to be flashing on General Muhammad because you had a rough day at work. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to talk to Commander Jehan a certain way, Captain Nazar a certain way because you had a hard day at work. But you find a way to show them love so you can do the same thing for your woman. You see what I'm saying? And so that curse, that demon will blind you and think that you're being fake, but you're really just being brotherly. You understand? And them, it is fake. When you had slavery, it is fake. And it shouldn't be this way, which ties back into the topic of the night. Like, you shouldn't have to give your energy and love to them. It would be a whole lot easier if we weren't slaving under them. You understand? So we need to find a way to build up our brotherhood, build up our love for our family, so that child, what she says, this kid's going to grow up in a household full of a toxic relationship where you're destroying these kids, and we're going to be in captivity even longer. You understand? We need to raise them up and go above and beyond what you would do as slavery. You understand? It's just like this being your work for the work of the Lord. It should be above and beyond what you giving to the Lord as opposed to what you giving to them. And we shouldn't have to be double timing and working. Priest shouldn't have to work. He should be able to give all his energy to the work of the Lord. However, we in the truth and we slaves, we're gonna have to damn near triple time. You understand? Anybody? Oh, the sister has something. Go ahead, sis. It's like it.
So I believe you answered my question, which was, does somebody that is below you give you mercy as well, and give you compassion as well?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, that is the foundation of what we're reading in 1 Corinthians 13, is that you stick to the most important commandments and you'll be fine. You understand? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. One of the best examples I always notice when it comes to relationships or dealing with children, has anybody ever broken something in your household, valuable, glass, whatever? You drop something, you spill something. You know what I'm saying? We all done it before. How do you really treat yourself after you broke a glass? Damn. Shit. And then you sweep it up and that's it. Let a little 3-year-old knock it off. God, you don't have the same energy towards them. You're able to forgive yourself way easier, way quicker if someone else than you would someone else that's done something to your property. You know what I'm saying? You can break your property and that's it. You forgive yourself. But someone else does it, it's a big issue. So women and men, oftentimes, when you don't do it, it's no problem. But when he does it, it is a problem. So if we just find a way to love someone as we love ourselves, then we will have mercy for them. And that's why the general is one of the best ways that I've ever heard this broken down, is that love and marriages are, for one, a constant of this person making me mad and me forgiving them, and me making them mad and them forgiving me. And love is the hardest thing to give to someone else, but it's the most beautiful thing to receive. And if both people can do it, then you'll be good. Love is hard to give because you're suffering dealing with them and what they got going on. And then they're suffering and dealing with you and what you got going on. If y'all can do that for each other, then it's an amazing thing to receive. Because even if you did come home and you were angry and you did flash, having that mercy on him and understanding and forgiving him, that will allow him to do the same thing for you when you have your moments. But the more and more you get better at that, and the more and more you realize who your oppressor is and give your anger to him, then you will help heal yourself. Because once again, so you got a love meter, you're giving all love to them, you drained out. But you also got a hate meter. You don't give none of it to them. This is why the truth is important. Where brothers can go to Cap and tell the white man he's the devil and blaze on him and get that anger out and frustration. You don't have to give it to the family and the people that you love. And that's why this program works in the UPK. And our brothers and sisters don't even know it. General Muhammad, this is the last thing I'll say on that. General Muhammad said in one of the, I think his camp speakers, he said, imagine living your whole life and you never yelled at a white man. There's some people live their whole life. You understand? They've never done that. But they know and they feel the pain of all the things they've done to them. Police, keep your hands on the 10 and 2 when they pull you over. Yes, sir. They go to work. Yes, sir. They go here. It's yes, sir. The teacher, the principal, the coach, all these things happening to you. But you for sure done cursed out half of your goddamn family. You ain't even invited to none of the holidays anymore. You know what I'm saying? Every time you get drunk, you want to fight your brother and slap your cousin. You know what I'm saying? Moms don't want you around. You know what I mean? It's that's what it is, man. This is a curse. So in order for us to get under this curse, we got to get the kingdom and get to this rest. You know what I mean? Cool. Well, all right, we were right at 9 o'clock. Let me see if I had any more precepts on this. Give me Isaiah 45 and 17. This is one for the world. The John 3:16 they use.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world without end.
Right. So this world is the world of Israel. This is the context of this precept. And this is what was mentioned in John 3:16. He was saying, God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever is the brothers that they feel like they can't be forgiven. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all seen the Gentleman 3:16? Yeah, that's a classic one. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but that one where you broke it down, man, brothers is in tears hearing this breakdown. You know what I'm saying? And it went through the whole school. And that's the real. I don't even want to attempt to do that breakdown, but Christ's sacrifice was for brothers that have killed another man, unalived someone. You know what I'm saying? For the sisters that have had abortions, for the people that have sold dope to their family members, the gang members that think they can't be forgiven. That's that whosoever, so that Israel shall be saved. Give me Hebrews 11 and 3.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God,
Right.
so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear.
Right. So when we go into the Greek, the word world means cosmos. It means these different ages or societies, that the worlds, these different groups were framed by the Lord. These different tribes were separated by the Most High, according to the children of Israel. That is what these worlds are. Worlds is not just the entire planet Earth. If there was only one world, why is it saying worlds here? Right. What else do we got? We got Psalms 90 and 2. Precept upon precept, line upon line. You can't just say one thing in the Bible and not have anything to go with it to verify or back up what you're saying. But that's what Christians do, and they come with this one thing, and that's the key to the power of it, is like not giving you the full story. We just take out a piece of it and give you this little bit. It's like, man, that sounds good. I'll get that tatted on me. You know what I mean? Get it on a shirt. You know what I mean? Put it over my doorstep, and that I've done my good deed for the year. I can do whatever after this too. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter what I do. God love me, and that's what Christ came for. And I'm gonna turn up after that. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 90 and verse 2. Before the mountains were brought forth, and ever thou hadst formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting.
Right.
Thou art God.
Right. Once again, we see that there's more than one world. And last one, I think, give me 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. Mm-hmm. Go ahead when you got it.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world.
Love what?
Love not the world.
Well, damn, I thought it said God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Why is Christ contradicting this and saying love not the world? If God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Now he's telling you not to love the world. Go ahead.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Mm-hmm.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
So that's what's important when it comes to context. And they misuse or take out the context of that precept and literally run through with that image of white Jesus in this precept and made trillions of dollars in the church, in the Catholic Church, in the Christian Church, in the goddamn Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, Presbyterian, Episcopalian. You know what I'm saying? They got every damn church under the sun for whichever one you want to come to and give them money, and all hands joining hands together. But they say the most segregated day of the week is Sunday. There's no day that's more segregated than Sunday, because all these different churches are about their race. The Asians don't. They worship Jesus too. Y'all know Asians that worship Jesus? I don't know if y'all know that. They not all Buddhists. They got Asian Christian churches. They ain't in there with your black ass. Oh, no. Oh, y'all, I'm going to stop with this Asian. Let me get our thing, red flag. Oh, no. I understand. You steal from collection plate. Hurry up and pray. Hurry up and pray. You in there trying to serve the Lord. They trying to rush you out the church. The church service that got cut short. It said it was supposed to be 45 minutes, 2 hours. They in 15 minutes, they watching you the whole time. Hurry up and pray, Jamal. Please leave. Please. Jesus, he love you, but love you somewhere else, not here. Please. Like they took Jesus. They understand what it was for. And that's the cold part about it, is they took the book. I wonder if internally, because y'all know there's a lot of white people that say that they're the Israelite, not just the Jewish people. They got Germans and these like white supremacist groups that try to say that they're the 12 tribes, and the Scottish and the Irish, and this is Benjamin and this is Dan, and then they try to say the French are Issachar or Gad. They have churches like that. Go ahead, Doc.
No, I was gonna say something, sir. They actually have a 12 tribes chart.
Damn.
All white people on it now.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that was a while back.
Yeah. So they started to see what we're doing. And they're like, okay, we're going to have to make an adjustment, because if you don't know who the 12 tribes are, then you can't have the truth. They want to state control and state power of this Bible. But I wouldn't be surprised if they had Chinese people out there trying to say that they were Israelites on the low in order to, use this book for what it was meant to uplift the people it was made for. You understand? So, everybody says the line, but no one is following the line in the way they're teaching it, if that makes sense. Everybody says you should love your enemies, but Chinese Christians go to war all the time, and Arab Christians and Indian Christians and white Christians and whoever are willing to go to war, but we're the only ones that have to forgive the real enemies of us that are really destroying us every day. You understand? They read these precepts, but they use them in a different way because they're free people. They have debates on this, and y'all can check that out on your own time. Debates about being, what's it called, pacifist, or was Jesus a pacifist like Martin Luther King? He didn't do anything. Somebody beat him up, and you can watch Christian scholars debate that all day and say, nah, that's not what it means. We can go to war. We can fight back if someone's harming you or going to kill your child. You shouldn't let somebody come in and kick you in the door and kidnap your kids and rape your wife and just sit there and pray the whole time. That's not what Christ was saying when he said love your enemies, right? So with that, I'm going to close out the class a little bit on time. I'm going to pass it over to the trooper to end out the class properly. If I can find this paper right here. All right, your rocker bar said they asked, why are you here? For real. If you can't angle that towards the brother. Yes, well, yeah.
We are the ICPK under Commander General Yohanan, starting out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Rule for a new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6-month period where the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi 3 and 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'ashara. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations,
See, so right, September 30th? No, yeah, Memorial of Blowing Trumpets, yep.
Memorial of Blowing the Trumpets,
Sunday the 21st.
Sunday the 21st. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Remind Akima Crossing to check bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf.
Right.
With that, imagine. I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher and the visitor.
You gotta salute the teacher. Yeah.
And the visitor. Imam Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatam.
Y'all about Shem Y'all Shah Brakathum.
Yahweh Matah. And the visitor. Turn to the sisters. Sar. And the visitor. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak.
Yahweh Shema Al Shem Y'all Shah.
Yahweh Matah. Class dismissed.
Right.